All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a match between Chaemiko versus 120. This game taking place here on Northern Isle, and well, this game also from the 2020 Chinese New Year Cup. So for all you Chinese players out there, 恭喜发财，身体健康，新年快乐. All right, so let's go ahead and break things down in this particular 1v1 matchup. 120 in the red trunk spawning over here on the top right hand side of the map, opening up with Crypt, Altar of Darkness, Ziggurat, nothing too out of the ordinary. Looks like he will be opening up with standard ghouls, and we'll see when that Tomb of Relics will be placed down. Meanwhile, off on the other side of the map, Chaemiko opening up with your standard Altar of King's Barracks and a farm. Another farm to finish off the wall-in attempt. And, well, we'll start to see what the strategies will be from these particular players. Human versus Undead, Archmage versus the Death Knight. No more of a classic story unless Earling tries to go for Dreadlord or something a little bit more off the wall here, as we are going into ghouls. The timing of that Ziggurat is a little bit later than normal, as well, the reason for the delay, as it is going to be a Dreadlord. Alright, so Dreadlord first. It is most likely going to be a fast expansion attempt, and this also means that there's going to be a larger number of ghouls early on. You may be wondering, why would there be more ghouls? Well, enabling a sleep surround is part of the Dreadlord strategy when fast expanding. If you see your opponent's hero try to make its way over in order to, well, perhaps stop your expansion, well, one sleeping hero followed by 6 to 8 ghouls can easily force a Scroll of Town portal, as those ghouls do deal a lot of damage once they surround their target. Now, what is Chaemiko's response to this? Chaemiko can either try and do a harassment, as we mentioned, and that often fails, or try to set up an expansion of his own. However, most human players are used to being up an expansion when going up against an undead player. Hey, Raynor, how are you doing? Archmage now making its way back across over here. And oh my gosh. And I apologize for that cough. If I coughed in anyone's ear, may have startled quite a few viewers as well. Archmage gonna go ahead and clear out this Tuskar Trapper Ogre Magi creep camp. Water Elemental taking a lot of that damage here as the Ogre Magi gets taken down. Level 2 on that Archmage. We see a Crystal Ball coming online, as we should be looking at perhaps an Arcane Tower. An Arcane Tower. And also, well, and a Town Hall here in just a moment. It looks like the human player is just going to opt to do a little bit creeping of his own. Going to finish off the Murloc Huntsman and the remaining units and now head back off to the north. Archmage is sitting at level 2, does have a Sentry Ward. Dreadlord, oh, there's that sleep. And this could be very, very bad news right here. There is the surround. As Chaemiko already forced to use a Scroll of Town portal much earlier than he would have liked. We can see now there is a Town Hall currently under construction. However, no Arcane Tower as of yet. And 120 is going to have a very easy time. Oh wait, what is this? A turnaround surround by 120 right here, as we're going to take a look. The Dreadlord gonna be forced perhaps to try and use a Scroll of Town portal. No, that's not going to be the case. We are going to take a look at a couple of skeletal minions getting taken down, but there are still 4 peasants doing a very good job of building up that expansion. Dreadlord perhaps now very happy with that Ring of Regeneration. Normally the Dreadlord doesn't have an easy way of being able to, well, regenerate hit points without help from that Death Knight. And let's take a look down across over here. There goes more units. Peasants are going to start getting attacked here. Low hit point peasant now trying to make its way back over. Is going to be able to slip on through. Low hit point ghoul now going to be forced to try and retreat. As you can see, damage being absorbed by the Dreadlord and these ghouls. They are in a massive run. Haunted Goldmine nearly done. 4 Acolytes already there ready, as we see one Nerubian Tower there for the slow. Low hit point Ghoul, gonna have a very bad day. Archmage should be able to finish off very easily, getting to level 3 pretty much on the button. 503 hit points, as level 2 water elementals may be able to well, push enough damage to cause problems for 120. Now 120, what is he going to be doing here? He's, well, wandering around with 7 ghouls out, but he is slowing down his lumber collecting by trying to engage and perhaps keep all of these units alive and well. We are getting up a scout tower, but a scout tower doesn't do very much to stop this number of ghouls. The skeletal minions aren't even really in play yet, as we're taking a look at this sentry ward strategically placed to keep track of where all of these units are. Ghoul going to try and perhaps get in front. However, you can see that the Archmage does have boots of speed and going to be able to get in front of those units pretty fast. All right, extra damage there. Are we going to see? Yes, another Ghoul perhaps getting taken down. Footman now going to go ahead and engage, as it is a battle across everywhere trying to finish off that low hit point Ghoul. Meanwhile, back across here, Water Elemental could end up getting surrounded. However, while trying to focus so much attention onto that, well, Water Elemental, that is only a summoned unit. Damage now getting bursted down onto the Dreadlord. Dreadlord, however, able to slip through right there. Dreadlord, video not showing, only black screen. I see screen normally. All right, not quite sure what's happening, Salem. Definitely go ahead and perhaps re-log in. 120 now. Well, getting body blocked by this Footman. Footman doing a great job. There's a carry-on swarm. A dying parting gift. Archmage purposely denies one Footman right there, as the units teleport back home. All right, Necropolis nearly done teching the tier 2. Large amount of gold. 120 is sitting on over 900 gold now, and that's just going to continue to collect more and more. He'll be able to, well, tech to tier 2, train up the Lich or that Death Knight, and perhaps even getting a slaughterhouse down very fast. Graveyard is already in position to try and collect more lumber there, as we are taking a look at the, well, Null Warden and Null Assassin just spreading all of that damage. Water Elemental looking to finish off some units here. There goes that Null Brute. It gets taken down. Null Warden still dealing damage to that Water Elemental. And both sides, well, there's that quick tech to tier 3. There is that Death Knight, as I mentioned. And we should be looking at a slaughterhouse once enough lumber is harvested. Ghouls, well, what ritualistic, that dagger, what is it called? It is the ritual dagger. I said ritualistic. Ritual dagger to get regeneration on multiple ghouls here, as we're going to take a look at all of these units perhaps trying to back up. Water Elemental down to, well, 98 hit points. Is it going to get taken down? No, it's most likely going to actually finish off the skeletal minion, getting in a little bit of free experience before its timed life comes to an end. Goblin Shredder, well, going to finish off that Tuskar Sorcerer, giving level 4 to the Archmage. Goblin Zeppelin picks up the unit. And we also see a Talisman of Evasion, a useful item on that Archmage. But, well, actually, no. You'd rather have Pure Up the Vitality, things that help both against auto attacks in general, but also any sort of hero nuking that may be focused directly at your hero. Archmage quickly using up a Clarity Potion, also has True Shot Aura, uses a Scroll of Regeneration, picking back up all of those items. You can see a large number of towers right here as well. Death Knight going to come across, Death Coil, finish or healing up that low hit point Ghoul, as we're going to be engaging here in just a moment. All right, Dreadlord with Ring of Regeneration and a Health Stone. That Dreadlord is regenerating 3 hit points a second just from items. And then once the Death Knight adds in Unholy Aura, that that Dreadlord's passive regeneration is going to make him rather difficult to take out if the Dreadlord is able to run freely. If you're forced to try and chase down a hero, as long as that hero is buying time, he ends up coming out ahead. All right, Guard Towers, Goblin Shredder could be in trouble. Oh, is it going to get swiped away? Already down to 42 hit points, trying to get away right now. Skeletal Minion going to get in front, and now are we going to see some repairs? No repairs. Dreadlord already now at level 4. As you can see, the Arcane Tower is just feeding back so much damage. Guard Towers are all in position right here, pushing all of those units back. Meanwhile, let's take a look. There is a Goblin Shredder, or a Goblin Drop Scroll of Town Portal coming back the other way. Footman with Defend off to the north. Blue, very difficult to spot on this map, as a Scroll of Town Portal now trying to teleport back out once more. Acolytes back to work already. Let's take a look. Wait, why was there a ping over here? Nope, don't see anything off over there. Meanwhile, there is a staff of teleportation to get out of a tight spot. The Archmage was actually stuck in that point. Meanwhile, oh, there's the Goblin Zeppelin still providing sight and information, and there are actually peasants trying to knock down trees here. All right, what we may end up having is guard towers positioned here to put pressure onto that haunted gold mine. And, well, basically a back door. This backdoor pressure onto the haunted gold mine, all it would take is just one or two meat wagons to destroy it, but it is going to force a lot of issues and a lot of attention to come back away. All right, there is a Stormbolt onto a Ghoul. Ghoul down to 117 hit points. Carry-on Swarm eating through many of those footmen. Too many footmen ends up turning into a big problem. Mountain King picks up a potion of replenishment. There is, well, a Death Coil saving that low hit point Ghoul as a Water Elemental able to finish off some more units. Mountain King is going to try to chase down more units here. Dreadlord going to continue to attack. There is an Orb of Corruption right there. Mountain King about ready to engage. There are triple Obsidian statues, so we may see a timing attack coming in from 120 to use Destroyers and then just try to take down all of those towers. Death Knight now going to be coming online with Unholy Aura as we're looking at the units trying to engage away again. Water Elemental trying to focus now those units. There is that attack right now. Destroyers with mana. Very, very deadly as the Stormbolt goes down on the Dreadlord again. Destroyer now trying to shift its way back down here. Let's take a look. Guard towers are nearly done. No, that is a cannon tower. All right, cannon tower, very big damage, deals bonus damage to fortified armor, and that is what the haunted gold mine is. All right. Destroyer is going to try and make their way over it, and you can see there is one Dragonhawk Rider already in position. Repairs need to get underway. Carry-on Swarm eating through many of those peasants already. As you can see, the timing attack is just so powerful. Meanwhile, Archmage is going to go ahead and continue to put all of that pressure down here. Cannon Tower now completed, and it should actually be attacking the gold mine, and there it goes, dealing big damage right there. The Acolytes are going to be forced to try and constantly repair, but it's not going to be enough. The Cannon Tower, 90 to 111 damage constantly. Meanwhile, Death Knight, trying to keep all of these Destroyers alive, perhaps needs to, yes, there are going to be another timing attack right here. The Destroyers have mana. Are they going to go ahead and head into the skies? There's another Absorb mana again, and now 5 Destroyers are here, ready to go to take down all of these Arcane Towers and Guard Towers. One already down. Second one already down as well. Carry-on Storm tries to rip through. Destroyer was not death coiled. Surprisingly, the Death Knight only at level 2, but still doing a great job there as you're going to see massive repairs coming across. All right, little bit more damage. Carry-on Swarm eating through all of those peasants there as we're now looking at a base race trying to finish down multiple units. All right, Dragonhawk Rider. Are we going to see Cloud? Yes, we are. Cloud stopping all of the attacks here. Meanwhile, the Cannon Tower going to stop 120's expansion there. Death Knight going to be forced to scroll a Town Portal. Where is it going to go? Going to go ahead and Town Portal here, going after the units now. There is a Dragonhawk Rider off to the side. Archmage now being forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away. Will be able to get away. Takes the Dragonhawk Rider with it, and now this expansion, or the main base, has been cleaned up. One Cannon Tower stopping all of the mining going on right here. The Destroyers, however, going to be able to take down this building. Well, not actually that easily. The peasants can easily repair this. This is fortified armor, meaning that the damage is actually significantly less. All right, going to go ahead and carry on Swarm those units. There's the repairs now, as we're looking at, well, perhaps a resummoning of this gold mine in just a little bit. More damage coming through, more attacks being lobbed over. That Cannon Tower, fortified armor, very difficult for the Destroyers, and that is perhaps an interesting situation. Normally, Destroyers very good at taking down human towers, all towers except that Cannon Tower there. One backdoor Cannon Tower causing so many problems. You can take a look. The Acolyte can't even try and haunt this gold mine at all, as the damage is just constantly getting lobbed over and pulling out or forcing a Destroyer, a 5 supply unit, to not actually be with the rest of the army. All right, Destroyers going after the flying machines. Let's take a look. Town Hall, 58 over 66 supply. Flak cannons trying to get upgraded. And here we go, straight on into the expansions again. Basically, what Chaemiko is trying to do is saying, you know what, I'll take out your expansion, and you can take out my expansion. I will still be up a base. Ghouls finally make their way over to that cannon tower, able to eat through enough. As we're taking a look at all of these units trying to engage here, another Acolyte gonna get taken out. Dragonhawk Riders are gonna be forced to back up again, and no mining for 120 at all. Meanwhile, we should be looking at more mining happening here in just a moment. Acolytes in trouble, and 120 not going to be able to mine either on the other side. Unit after unit is just falling so quickly. Archmage dealing so much damage. Ghouls are finally, nope, not going to be able to take down that unit either. All of the ghouls that were trying to take down that cannon tower ended up dying. Haunted Goldmine, once again, only mining with one Acolyte. Units are now trying to shift back again. Human has a big economic advantage at this stage in the game. Only one Peasant mining here, though, as you're going to take a look at those Footmen who may end up just giving extra experience. There's some Devour Magic. Death Knight is going to finish off that Water Elemental. There's a Carrion Swarm finishing off some other units. The Destroyers could easily just take down Footman after Footman. And with a level 5 Dreadlord and a level 3 Death Knight, going up against a level 4 Archmage, level 1 Paladin, level 1 Mountain King, who really has that advantage. Mountain King could try and lay down a Stormbolt there. There's the denial of that Water Elemental. Mountain King, all these other units going to try and perhaps push back and engage mass Obsidian statues, which can only mean the eventual transition into the Destroyers. 120 gonna go ahead and start mining away here. This one cannon tower stopping the mining at the main base. Destroyers able to easily take out the expansion, and it is a bad day to be in the bases. All of those bases easily taken out there. All right, are we gonna see? Wait, what was that? Taking down your own Obsidian statue. That actually looks as a bit of a curious move, as we're gonna take a look at, well, no, Death Coil saves right there. Paladin trying to back away once more. Archmage dropping in some Water Elementals. Mass Obsidian statues are all in position. Death Coil saves again. Death Knight at level 3 has really been keeping this undead army alive. Dreadlord with passive regeneration, very difficult to take out, as Obsidian statues are here as well. Well, excuse me, Siege Engines are here as well. Obsidian statues bringing up the rear, but what are they really doing with their 7 to 8 magic damage onto an Archmage? That is not very much damage at all. Paladin is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability could be used. No, Staff of Sanctuary used instead. Archmage still trying to engage more. Takes down another unit as the Scroll of Town Portal finally being used there. Paladin sitting at level 1. What's going to happen? Go ahead and teleport back as the, well, Siege Engine was able to take down that gold mine. Destroyers back the other way. Destroyers going to be able to easily focus down a Dragonhawk Rider or two. And, well, ER Ling, or 120, is down to 47 over 60 compared to 52 over 66. Still an economic advantage for the human player, but his heroes are just too far behind compared to his opponent. He needs to have a significantly stronger army to deal with these air units, but with so many destroyers and so many obsidian statues out onto the field, well, the mana on those destroyers are eating any footmen that come out and try to make a play. We do see flying machines as well, which are good counters to destroyers, but only if the destroyers don't have mana. It's one of those strange situations where destroyers and flying machines kind of counter each other. Destroyers with mana destroy flying machines. However, flying machines going up against destroyers without mana, the flying machines end up coming out ahead since there isn't, well, all of that bonus splash damage. Paladin about to get taken out. Is he a bit too far? It looks as though he's going to be able to get back into that position. One Tomb of Relics down to 30 hit points. Meanwhile, teleporting back down to here, there is a Devour Magic again. Siege Engine going to get taken out. More flying machines should be joining in on the fight. There you go. They're going to be coming across here in just a moment. And those destroyers may give the Archmage level 5. Flying machines trying to dive on in after all of those units. No movement speed bonus for the flying machines, though, as the destroyers are trying to get away now. One Siege Engine now making its way off to the north. Footmen finishing off that Tomb of Relics. And what is going on here? Destroyers need to get some mana. Carrion Swarm could perhaps put pressure onto those flying machines, though. All right. Those flying machines will have to do some fancy maneuvers to get away from the Dreadlord as the Dreadlord gets bolted and gets slowed down. Are we going to see a 4-unit surround here? No. Oh, good gosh. The Dreadlord looks like he's able to slip away for just a split second, but this is not looking good. As you see the Dreadlord now, well, gonna go ahead and stay alive. Death Knight gonna be able to get an easy Death Coil here. Devour Magic, Holy Light trying to save that Footman. Death Coil saves. And I think Chaemiko is actually overstaying, not realizing how strong the entire army of 120 is. Flying machines now making their way back across here. Meanwhile, off to the north, Footman gonna get finished off. Death Knight gets up to level 4. And level 4 on the Death Knight. Level 2 Unholy Aura. Faster movement speed, better passive regeneration for those Obsidian statues, as the Dreadlord has pretty much constantly been in the green. Ring of Regeneration, perhaps sold? Yes, it was sold earlier. Meanwhile, the Dreadlord no longer has the Orb of Corruption. All right, we could be looking at a Carrion Swarm right here. Oh, finishes off one, finishes off another. Scout Tower could get taken down here as we're looking at this Scout Tower down to 122 hit points. Is it going to get taken down here? Another Carrion Swarm could finish off multiple units. This is going to be key. Oh, there's the cancellation. Carrion Swarm taking down all of the peasants there. One lone Dreadlord stopping mining at this base as well. Meanwhile, Haunted Gold Mine finally about nearly done again. You're going to start being able to mine once again, but it's been so long since the main base was being mined from. Only about, 3 minutes, 3 or 2.5 minutes mining off over here. Archmage is sitting at level 5. Mountain King is only at 2, and the Paladin is also only at 2. Normally, the Archmage would want to try and back away from the Magnetar Reaver, but it knows that without the Archmage's help, well, it would be a much more difficult creep camp to try and clear. Mountain King picks up the Claws of Attack plus 12. The Archmage correctly backs away to give the experience after dealing a large amount of damage, as the Paladin and Mountain King both get closer to level 3. All right, we still see a squadron of flying machines off on the right-hand side of the map. If they can catch those destroyers out of position, that would be very, very good news. 120. I don't know how many Obsidian statues / destroyers we've seen throughout this matchup, but they just constantly seem to be made over and over again. Mountain King now rushing on over. Swirl of Regeneration. Siege Engine is bringing up the rear again. Flying machines are here, ready to go. They do have the siege damage. They have bombardment. And what we may end up having, well, Cloud, there you have it. The Crypt Fiend, is it going to be able to webbing down the Flying Machine in order to take it out? Stormbolt finishing off the remaining units here, as the Flying Machine will get taken out. One Flying Machine going to end up being lost. No, that Flying Machine staying alive here. Siege Engines now trying to put pressure off on the remaining buildings, as the Flying Machines could perhaps take down the Haunted Gold Mine. Siege damage seems to be where it is at right now, as the Siege Engines and Flying Machines are just bombarding and shooting everything around. Meanwhile, Dragonhawk Rider with that Cloud preventing the Black Citadel's slow, as 120 is unable to mine once more. Carrion Swarm, level 3, more than enough to blast a couple of those units out of the sky. Meanwhile, Dragonhawk Rider also going to get taken down. Mountain King trying to finish off a Crypt Fiend here. This is not good. Archmage going to go ahead and use the Scroll of Town Portal to get away. There it goes. 38 supply going up against 45. Chaemiko once again having a slight advantage here. We are also getting up some scout towers off on the top left-hand side of the map. The flying machines do have weapons upgrades, but they are very low on hit points. The Carrion Swarm could perhaps finish them off again very quickly. Only a handful of buildings left. This base is trying to get mined up as well. The peasants are trying to run for their lives and hide. Archmage, Paladin, Mountain King. Why is there not an Orb of Fire? That is the next question that I have if you are trying to go up against Undead. Orb of Fire is key. Mountain King is going to pick up an Orb of Fire. Yes, he does. Now with an Orb of Fire, able to attack. And, well, the Death Knight is not going to be able to heal nearly as much. Let's take a look at this. Are we going to see a Death Coil? No Death Coil at all. Paladin is at 2. Mountain King should be at, is also at 2. Stormbolt onto the Crypt Fiend. Crypt Fiend going to, well, take a little bit of damage as well. Holy Light could finish it off. There's the Death Coil. Death Coil still heals up fully, And as we were taking a look at the Mountain King, perhaps trying to disrupt more healing again. Death Knight is at 5. Dreadlord is at 5. Kind of surprised that the Death Knight was able to catch back up as the Paladin trying to chase after this Crypt Fiend here. Mountain King is going to try and Storm Bolt anything, or is extra damage going to be absorbed by that Crypt Fiend? Not quite sure, as the units are now trying to head back away. Siege Engine attempting to take down now level 3 on the Paladin, as level 2 Holy Light is now in play. Carry on Swarm pushing through extra damage. More Siege Engine is going to go ahead and push as we see an Infernal dropping down onto the field. All right, Infernal, big damage, chaos damage, and a stun. So much good stuff packed into one ultimate ability. Archmage going to try and finish off some more units here. Mountain King, Death Coil onto the Archmage. Archmage could be in trouble. Staff of Sanctuary tries to save a unit. Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away. Gets a bash onto some of those other units as well, as it looks like that. Oh, Paladin got left behind. Paladin is left behind. And, well, Chaemiko is in trouble. Losing a level 3 Paladin at this stage in the game. Level 2 Holy Light gone. But we are getting some additional expansions up as well. 38 supply compared to 26. 120. Trying to hold on to anything he has. There is an Inferno now joining in on the fight here to try and take down a peasant or two. Town Hall could get taken out. 250 hit points and dropping. There's a cancel as the units are now, well, trying to dive back in. Inferno taking quite a bit of damage. Meanwhile, back down to the south here, Dreadlord going, well, losing a lot of mana. Death Knight should actually be losing the mana now. Retargeting with that Arcane Tower is absolutely key, but, well, Chaemiko is not keeping track of that at all. Instead, redirecting his attention perhaps on the Mountain King Archmage off to the north. Paladin was resurrected at the tavern. Archmage now in a little bit of trouble here. Paladin may perhaps should a Holy Light onto the Archmage there, bringing him back up to full. Mountain King here, ready to engage. Perhaps going to try and focus down some of those units. Black Citadel trying to get repaired. Are we going to see enough units get taken out? There goes an Acolyte as well, as the Mountain King going after more units here. Death Knight, Dreadlord now bringing around the other side. Death Knight sitting at level 5. Death Coils could be coming in galore. Black Citadel could get taken down as the Archmage is now in a massive run to get away. Water Elemental could turn back around and try to fight as well. Perhaps take down a ghoul or two as a flying machine is still overhead. There goes another Acolyte there. Stormbolt gets another Acolyte. If all the Acolytes are gone, then there is no chance of any more mining. Infernal down to 294 hit points. It looks like it can get taken down. Death Coil, is it going to save it? Yes, it does. A bit of a save right there. Meanwhile, the flying machine still trying to head back here. Water Elemental is looking for perhaps some fresh targets. There is one Acolyte left. 125 seconds remaining before you are completely revealed. Meanwhile, down across over here, Dreadlord now trying to make its way over. Death Coil, well, save the Paladin with that Divine Shield. However, the Paladin does not have enough mana for a big Death Coil there, or a Holy Light there. Death Knight sitting at 925, now being forced to back away. Meanwhile, Siege Engines finishing off the remaining buildings again. Siege Engines going after buildings. Water Elementals going after the Acolyte. Siege Engine could take it down. Yes, there it goes. 120 now, only down to 587 gold as the Acolyte tries to shift away again. Siege Engines may end up turning this into a base race scenario, and, well, 120 doesn't have that many buildings to give. Infernal has come to an end. Paladin has still has a potion of healing. And the Siege Engine still dealing massive damage. Dreadlord doesn't have that much mana. Obsidian Statue on the far side here needs to provide mana. Death Knight could be in trouble, down to 182. Holy Light finishes it off. Staff of Sanctuary saves a Siege Engine as 120 gets, well, 120 gives the GG Chaemiko with the win. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yep. For all of you guys still waiting for news on DreamHack, I am going to be a WarCraft 3 admin at the event. If you guys are in the area, definitely stop on by. I don't know what hall I'll be in, but I'm sure you guys can figure that out once you guys get there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.